you. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about why most AI automations fail. If you don't know who I am, my name is Cameron. I make YouTube videos about agencies and things like that, just pretty much different things about making money. Like I said, today we're going to be talking about why most AI automations agencies fail. Now, I wouldn't say I'm a professional. I wouldn't say I'm new. I've been in the game for about 1 year now, so I think I'm pretty experienced. I think I can help some of the newer people out. I have some wisdom. I have more wisdom than some of the younger people. And also, I just want to make this video just to talk, just to get some content up. So reason number one, I feel like a lot of AI automation agencies are failing in today's world is because I feel like they're not focusing on systems. They're focusing more on just trying to sell automations. And you have to really think, having the skill or whatever to build automations is cool and all, but as time goes on, what's stopping people from learning how to do it themselves? The same way you learn how to do it, somebody else can learn how to do it that runs a business. And I feel like trying to sell automations is just a race to the end. Plus, it's nothing to go on ChatGPT or Claude or something as advanced. Look at these motorcycles. I feel like it's in today's world of AI, I feel like it's not that hard to go on ChatGPT or Claude or something. Just look up how to make that automation, automate.com or N8N. So that's why I feel like you definitely shouldn't be trying to sell automations. And I feel like a lot of people misunderstand that when it comes to AI automation. But I feel like a lot of people are just being sold the dream also when it comes to that. And that's what you really have to understand in videos. A lot of people will tell you to sell this automation and that automation, but in reality, that doesn't work. The next reason I feel like a lot of people are having a hard time is because just oversaturation in the market in general. There's a lot of people joining courses and things like that. A lot of people watching the same AI automation YouTubers, and you have to think they are giving out a lot of great ideas, but with there being just to give out an example, that Upwork thing that people used to do, the thing where everybody was telling you to start doing Upwork because it was a great way for people who are running agencies to sell automations to people on Upwork. Yeah, that was great and all, but the person who told you to do that probably has done that like 1,000 times already. And then you have to think, assume you're in, hopefully I get my math right, assume maybe you learned this in a course or a community or something that has 1,000 people in it. You learned that strategy and it has 1,000 people in it. Each person in that community has probably executed that at least 30 times, which is which means they've done that strategy 30,000 times already. So you have to, every time you learn something, you got to try and put your own spin on it. And I feel like a lot of people are just copying the stuff they see online, which means great things that people learn are getting killed super fast and oversaturated fast. Because at one point, if you were just an AI automation specialist, or if you were just running an agency just selling automations, that was a great idea a long time ago, but not anymore. That was a great idea. But like I said, oversaturation has killed that market because everybody has done the exact same thing. That's a Lamborghini. Everybody is doing the exact same thing now. The thing is, when you learn something from a course or YouTube or anything, you want to take that and don't do exactly that. You want to take that, even the stuff I say in my videos, you want to take that and put your own twist in it. Because if you just copy exactly what other people are saying, I guarantee you at least 1,000 other people have tried that, and the Upwork market or the business market or anything ain't that big. That's just stuff you have to think about. Something else I feel like a lot of people are stuck on is the vehicle that they're using. And what I mean when I say vehicle, I just mean that the tools that they're using. There's a lot of great tools out there. You can use N8N, you can use make.com, you can use Zapier, you can use Go High Level. But ultimately, unless you're really just trying to build, unless you just like the hobby of building automations, that doesn't work. That doesn't matter. Whatever you use doesn't matter the tools you use. And instead of you having shiny object syndrome, they call it, if you don't know what that is, that's pretty much when you just switch from thing to thing every time a new update or something comes out. Instead of you having shiny object syndrome, it's smarter to just stay with one single tool, because it's football Sunday, so I'll just use an example. Tom Brady, I'm pretty sure we all know who Tom Brady is. Do you think Tom Brady would be as great if he played wide receiver, running back, and quarterback? Or do you think if he just focused on one single thing, one single tool, and got great with that, would he be much better? You have to think about that. And it's the same thing when it comes to AI automation and really just any agency in general. If you keep on switching back and forth from different things, from selling automations to then using automations to do lead gen, then you're using automation to run ads with, all because those are the things that are hot right now, you're never going to get good at anything. Instead, just pick one thing. If you're going to sell automations, don't do that anyways. But if you're going to do AI if you're going to do lead gen with AI, stick with that for 6 months. If you're going to do ads with AI, stick with that for 6 months. If you're going to do copywriting, stick with that. You can't keep on switching. And if we're talking about the discussion of which tools to use, make.com or N8N and all that, sure, they all have their pros and their cons, but ultimately, if you're just trying to run an agency in the grand scheme of things, they all do the exact same thing for what you're trying to do. Like I said, unless you're just a hobbyist, yeah, they have a big difference. But for the average person just trying to run an agency, whether you're using Zapier, N8N, or Make, they're all going to serve you the exact same purpose. So don't get stuck in that. That's just going to have you going around in circles and circles and circles. Don't do that. The last big point I really want to talk about, and I kind of have touched on this on all of my other points, but I feel like the AI automation agency model in itself is pretty misunderstood. Like I said, a lot of people have beefed it up on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok to make it seem like all you do is just you sell automations. But ultimately, I've learned if you're trying to do that, you're not. It's not going to work. It's not a smart thing to do, because I'm going to change that back. It's just not a smart thing to do, because like I said, you can be replaced. Instead, the smart thing to do, instead of trying to sell those automations, use those automations for yourself. Get leads. Everybody needs leads. Everybody wants money, and the only way to get money is if you have clients. So instead, use those automations to help other people get clients. And then once you're in the door of that local business, that HVAC company, that roofing company, then you can upsell them those automations that you've made. That's when all the automations that you've been making all day come in handy. But don't focus on that. Don't do that, because those automations, I trust me when I tell you, it's very hard to get a person that you don't know to buy some random automation from you, because somebody that's 56 years old running an HVAC business doesn't understand what you're talking about anyway. So, and I guarantee you they don't care about a proposal generator or all of that when you first meet them, because they've been doing it their way for like the last 30 years. So why would they change that anyways, just because a young guy has came into their life and tried to show them otherwise? Don't do that. Instead, if you're going to come into their life with cold emailing or something like that, let me speed up. If you're going to come into their life with cold emailing or something like that, make sure it's value first. Don't try and lead with the automation. That's not smart. But how long? I didn't want to stretch this video too long. We're at 10 minutes right now. I didn't want to stretch this video too long. I just wanted to make this quick video just to talk about some things I've been seeing in some of the communities and things I've been joining. If you guys did love this video, make sure you guys drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that like button. And if you have anything you want to say in the comments, I am about to get murdered. If you have anything you want to say in the comments, just let me know down below if you disagree or agree with anything that I have said. But with that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next video.